right? So please be ready for this one. Final presentation and paper. So I need 5. First come first served. So this 5 person, if you want to, 5 people, if you want to do presentation, 15-minute presentation instead of paper. So you want to decide now, or you want to let me know later?
I'll do presentation.
Okay, 2, 3, number 3.
We need just a
3 presentation. Okay, 3, 4, one more. Last one. Okay, good. So I need you to write down your name so that you remember.
Really?
Oh,
Just to clarify, we can either do a paper or a presentation.
Yeah.
How long is the paper?
yeah.
Is it 5 pages?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And you can pick any topic in Buddhism. Any topic you like. Anything. But don't do comparison. Like you put Buddhist karma or pilgrimage, whichever topic you like.
Don't do a comparison?
No. Because with this method you compare to class. So you pick any topic that's in Buddhism. Ramayana, Buddhism, whichever, you have plenty. Right? So please write down your name.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Yes.
This is just a side note. I was watching Dateline last night, and they had something on a Buddhist monk that was doing some practices that were questionable, and like Dalai Lama kind of disowned him. I was wondering if you have
That's the
this.
difference. Yeah.
See that?
When we talk about the Tibetan tradition, we discuss small about the Tibetan tradition.
Okay.
Yeah, we will talk about that. Please remind me.
Okay.
When we talk about the Tibetan Buddhism, yes.
I was trying to read that up there.
Oh, okay.
Turn in reading response 28.
This is the last day. Okay.
The one above that, yeah. And you read it, response 27.
No, not today. Not today. I'm talking about the final.
Okay.
This stage here. Okay. So you don't be confused. This I just want to give you ahead of time. Make preparation. Yes.
How many minutes does this
15.
present? 15
We
minutes?
have 5 people.
Okay.
1 hour and 15 minutes. Okay. Good. Fine. So let's move back here. Okay, let us go to our. Well, today we will watch a lot of video clips. Thank you. And please, the one who do the presentation, please let me know. You don't need to decide now. You let me know eventually. Okay, your topic.
Okay, yeah.
Joy. So please let me know. Not now, not today, but sometime. Let me know the topic that you like to talk about. Thank you. Okay, let's just go. Miss Amy, what do you have the meaning of?
I couldn't print my thing out because I didn't bring my card.
That's
But,
no problem.
it's the meaning of taking 3 refuges. Yeah. It's Buddhists who are trying to become enlightened. They look for guidance in these 3 things. They call them. There's other words. They call them the 3 jewels,
Yeah.
3 treasures,
Yeah.
precious trad, and the triple gem.
Yeah.
There's 3 different, it's like where they recite these 3 lines
Mhm.
over and over again, and they're different in each area of Buddhism, like whether it's Tibetan or these 2. But the first one is always Buddha, or the enlightened, and it's the idea of the highest spiritual potential that exists in all spiritual beings. And the other one is Dharma, which is the teachings of Buddha and the path of enlightenment. And they look into these things to gain enlightenment. And then Sangha is the community, and the person that's trying to reach enlightenment, they look to these people who have already reached or attained enlightenment. So they could be monks or nuns or other Buddhists, people trying to reach enlightenment. And they do, it says, I go for refuge in the Buddha, and then I go for refuge in the Dharma, and I go for refuge in the Sangha. And that's the basic one. And then I could only, was it the Mahaya tradition? And then the other one that I found was wishing for all, it says, I go for refuge in the Dharma, wishing for all bounty, and I can't read my handwriting, in the sutra, causing their wisdom to be as broad as these. I tried to.
That's okay. Thank you. All right. So this is the basic step, or the initial step for a Buddhist, for someone to become a Buddhist. That's like this is the process of being baptized in Christian traditions. Now, in our Buddhist tradition, it's a bit different from all traditions in the way that most of the time we volunteer to become a Buddhist, not be forced. Like in Christian religion, right? When someone gives birth to a child, right? That child will be baptized, right? But in Buddhism, we don't have that kind of approach. So whenever they like to become a Buddhist, they will do so. And even for me as a Buddhist monk, I do that kind of ceremony for Buddhist people, and of course for the adult is fine, but for the teen, the one who under 18. So most of the time, if they like, I will ask them to ask their parent permissions first. And of course, sometimes the parents bring a little child, and of course, because of the request, I have to do that kind of because I have children for them. Like it used to remind them that now when they're still young, they can follow you, but when they above 18, are mature enough to decide for their spiritual life, let them to choose the direction they like to. And vice versa, sometimes, it's normal for Buddhist parents, right? When they like to become Buddhist, they want to bring their children along too. So most of the time they say, no, don't force the children. And this has happened to me in several cases. There are some children, they don't like to do. So I say let them force them. If they like to enjoy with you, that's fine. If they don't like, that's fine too. Just wait for them to be mature so that they can have their own choice, spiritual choice. So again, we have that kind of free choices, and we need to respect even the young children, their right to go on any part of spiritual path. But basically, this is the first initial step for them to become Buddhist. So the refuge with Buddha, like one Dharma is teaching, and Sangha. Mainly in the East, the monastics, Buddhist community, monks and nuns. In the West, we have not many monks and nuns, but of course, some of them they go to Buddhist meditation center to have support from their friends. But in the past, mainly for more than 2,000 years, in everywhere in the Rabda Mahayana tradition, monastic community, refuge means that shelter they love for, to have protection spiritually. That's the meaning. And again, the five precepts I mentioned last time, right? You know the five precepts, right? No killing, no stealing, no sexual misconduct, no lying, universal, right? In any tradition, this is common, this is universal. The last one is no taking intoxicants. last time you asked me, right? Taking the coffee.
Caffeine, yeah. Does that
That's your
count?
choice. That's your choice. This is guidance, right? And again, this option, most of the time I tell people, this option, if they think they can make a commitment to keep, that's great. That's great for them, not for me, not for Buddha, but for them. It's like, that's great for you to come to school, to get your diploma. No one forces you. That's your choice, right? And so, again, if you have good education, you have good career for your life. If some people they drop out, right? That's your choice too, right? No one forces them to go to school unless they want to. So the Buddhist precept, so the Buddhist teacher. So if someone think, oh, okay, I try my best not to kill. Of course, not to kill. The more serious one is the human, right? Otherwise, if they commit crimes, they head to the jail. They may pay their price over there or being executed. Or if they kill a small animal, they may have some kind of karma or student, right? When you work for someone's right in the economy or wherever, you have the kind of problem, they may kick you out. Yes, sir.
I got 5 precepts, no stealing, no killing, no intoxicants. I need 2 more.
Okay, let me tell you the order. First of all, no killing. The serious one is no killing other human beings. Okay, that's serious one. Another, animals, we try to restrain ourselves from killing the small animal, big animals, right? No stealing, the common sense, right? Is stealing. No sexual misconduct. Sexual misconduct.
Okay.
Okay. No lying, no cheating, right? And the last one, no taking intoxicant. And if you drink too much, they have during Christmas holiday, Thanksgiving, on New Year, or July 4th, that's your problems. You see that? So the Buddha get laid out this kind of guidelines for you to follow. But like the school, give you the guideline for you to accomplish your degree. If you want to accomplish or not, that's your choice. That's the school choice. Of course, the school provide a facility, a teacher, an instructor, a professor to guide you. But whether you want to learn or not, that's your choice. So do Buddha. So that's Buddha. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So again, I told you, no one enforce the rules except yourself. You see that? That's just for mature people to recognize what is there. So basically, that is the meaning of taking 3 refuges, the main one, and taking 5 precepts is the option. You understand that? If someone wants to come with this is their commitment to follow Buddha, his teaching, and the Brahmanas community. And this is also the option. If they want, that's okay. Otherwise, that's okay too. Okay.
So a Buddhist, if somebody decides to be a Buddhist, they do the triple refuge.
Yeah. That's all. This is one.
And then if they want to follow the 5 precepts, they can. Or
Otherwise,
they can try to follow all 5, and then if they can't, not.
1 or 2 or 3 doesn't matter.
Oh, I see.
That's your choice. Yes.
At the Mindful Living Center, before we start to practice like our meditation and stuff, we cite these 3 refuges, and then also the 5 precepts before we do our meditation. So it's like even in like
They just let people to get use of Buddhist teaching. That's all.
Do you recite them in Pali or English?
English. To the Buddhist or to the Buddha, I go refuge. To the Dharma, I go refuge, and then so on.
Okay, so probably next time we will call my children after sing a song. But that's not okay. All right. Anyway, so let's just move on. The next one, devotion in Theravada. Yeah, please.
Okay. Devotion in Theravada Buddhism encompasses several different things. One of those things is sacred times, which include the special days that are celebrated by Buddhists, like Uposatha days, which is a day that's in sync with the lunar calendar. So there's 4 of them a year, and it's when there's a full moon, and it's a day where lay people can go to the temple and spend the day as if they're a monk or a nun, following the same rules and traditions that the monks and the nuns do for the day. Sacred space refers to the different geographical locations around the world where Buddhists make pilgrimages to. One of them is the Mahabodhi tree, which is where the Buddha reached enlightenment. And then there's also rituals, which include rites for funerals, chanting in monasteries, giving of offerings by lay people, and teaching by monastics. Performing rituals can help a person gain merit for karma and positive rebirth. It also helps the individual put their mind in the proper place and helps them to focus on others rather than themselves. And as far as keeping the traditions, it's important to practice traditions because it makes it kind of sustains the religion and it teaches it to new people.
Yeah, faith, belief is so important in Buddhism, right? But in Buddhism, faith needs to go hand in hand with wisdom, not blind faith. And plus, on the top of that, the faith needs to incorporate with the practice. So let's say if someone believes in Buddha, that's not enough. They need to put in practice the Buddha teaching. Like this one here. Right? So, again, like I just explained to you, this is a guideline. You have the faith, this is a guideline. If you practice, you can become a better person. That's your choice. Otherwise, if you have the faith in any tradition, in Buddhist view, it's not enough. Right? So now here I'd like to show you a clip. You see how many thousand? 26,000, 22, more than 22,000 monks. That's a big, I think annual, at least 1 or twice per year.
This morning, the event that is taking place here is the offering of non-perishable goods to 22,600 monks and novices that came from many different parts of Thailand.
Can you see?
This alms offering ceremony is divided into 3 interconnected sections, which is in front of Central World, Siam Paragon, and Patunam. Many of us who are here today might wonder, why do we have this type of ceremony, which is the alms offering ceremony? Well, let me tell you, it's in order to pay respect and to give thanks to the monks. Because the monks, in a way, are our teachers, to teach us morals so we know the difference between good and bad and also how to keep our mind clean and clear. Therefore, by offering food to the monastic community, it is to support the monks physically because the monks are supporting us spiritually. This alms offering ceremony is special because this year marks the 2,600 years since the Lord Buddha attained enlightenment. And since we're able to have this alms offering here today, it shows that Buddhism is still flourishing here in Thailand. And another reason for having this big alms offering ceremony here today is to help recuperate and revive the livelihood of many people whose lives were affected both physically and mentally by the flood that took place at the end of last year. This alms offering ceremony serves to give them hope and strength to be stronger than they were before. This morning, we were even privileged to have the Prime Minister of Thailand, Ms. Yingluck Shinawat, to be the chairwoman for this alms offering ceremony.
As you saw, many people came to be a part of this event, and after the food was offered to the monks, it will then be bagged and collected and then shipped to the 4 southern provinces of Thailand, because those 4 provinces are known to be very unstable and chaotic, and it has been like that for over 7 years now, and this food will also be sent to aid different victims of different disasters that has occurred here in Thailand.
Okay, anyway, so you see this kind of devotion, devotion to the Sangha monastic communities, to support monastic community materially and financially in return by the monks provide the spiritual advice today. So that is 2-way support, like we talked about that last time, right? And this is not every day. I can probably get 1 or twice per year. And this is everyday activities in Theravada traditions. Yeah. So every morning they go out to beg for food because they're not supposed to cook food at the monastery. And that the devotion toward the monastic communities because of faith. So they cook the rice and put in plastic bag. In the rural area, they use the spoon, make one cup and cook it. But in the city, they cook in the plastic one. Okay, anyway, a lot. So this is the faith, because they have the faith with, especially Buddhist monks. So this is why they make preparation for the food. You may wonder, how do they have times to wait for them, right? Is that right? We're so busy in this country, right? To go to school, to work, and so forth. How could they find time to wait for the monks to go out to offer food? But actually, that's the vision. So that's the faith, because they have that kind of strong faith.
Are they going at the same time every day?
Depends. This is several groups of them, many groups of them, so depend. Probably sometimes they know the route of the monks, so they wait for them to come out and offer food. So, like you say that in any tradition, right? Like the last part we talked about the pilgrimage, right? Pilgrimage to the Buddhist holy site. That is the faith, the belief too. And at the sacred times, they have this festival, right? Celebration, and so forth. Since we don't have much time to show all this, but that's the faith. We could not full tradition. Yeah. Okay, so the next one. The next one, sorry. Taylor? Oh, you do that time too, right? I'm sorry, it's
The Mahana.
No, you do the Theravada or Mahayana?
I did the Vajrayana.
Oh, Vajrayana? Yeah, you
I forgot which one I did, so I just decided.
Okay, that's good.
Sorry about
Hold
that.
it. That's great. Hold it. Yeah. Okay, now Mahayana, devotion Mahayana. Ashley? Yes. Yeah, please.
I was unable to pull it up on my phone, but I'll try to recall.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Images and statues of Buddha were not really created until about after 500 years after his death.
Yeah.
And the images and statues and the temples and the shrines for Buddha are not necessarily for the devotees to worship him, but rather it's to remember, to try to attain pure compassion and pure wisdom in their own lives, and also offer gratitude for the Buddha's teachings and
Yeah.
Dharma.
Yeah.
And then also, there's many traditions of offering different things, and one of the things that they offer is water.
Yeah.
So water represents calmness and
Yeah.
purity, and reminds us to want to purify and calm our minds and bodies. And then also an offering of flowers,
Yeah.
which reminds us of the fact of permanence.
Yeah.
Because flowers will lose their fragrance, and they'll wither and die, just like everything else will.
Yeah.
And then there was offering of incense, which I forget what that represented. I know it was fragrance. Was it for pure moral conduct? Is that what it reminds us of? And there's several other offerings. There's
Yeah.
also the image of the lotus,
Yeah.
which the lotus grows out of muddy water, but it rises to the surface above the muddy water and still has a beautiful image and rises above the suffering and defilements which reminds us that we also have that Buddhahood, or the possibility of Buddhahood through nature within us.
Buddha is Buddha's Mahayana. You do?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, what do you have then?
Basically, what Ashley, basically what she said, and it also states that they, in Mahayana, they devote a lot of time in meditation,
Okay.
different forms of meditation.
Mhm.
Whereas, I'm going to read this little piece right here.
Mhm.
Also, the Mahayana community has different schools with focus on mental cultivation in different ways. Generally, Mahayana focuses on the mixture of both Vipassana
Alright, China.
and Samatha,
Yeah.
meditation.
Mm.
Mahayana believes that both these meditations are necessary to achieve enlightenment, because in order to be analytical, which is the Vipassana meditation, your mind must first be calm, as she was saying, and still, which is the Samatha meditation. Since there are many schools in Mahayana compared to only one remaining in the Ravada, how do you say it?
Okay, the Ramadan, yes.
Yeah, well, these schools practice meditation in different ways and to varying degrees. Some schools, such as Pure Land, perform chanting and recitation instead of meditation.
Mm.
This was produced mainly because laypersons did not have time to partake in the monastic practice of meditation due to busy work and home life. Interestingly, chanting and recitation has shown to be equivalent, like meditation, when engaged in, when you know, there were similarities. But what I found was, it was interesting to me was, you know, just like what you were saying, you know, you was talking, at one point you said, you know, you was talking about Buddhism and how it reflects doing, you know, the enlightenment, and it's basically practiced in all religions. So what I found right here was, you know, it said that the Dalai Lama had stated that one may practice the Dharma by following the teachings and practices on non-Buddhist traditions such as Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism. And if one belongs to one of these traditions, and if one's religious practice leads to spiritual advancement, the Dalai Lama counsels that one should keep at it, since this is the goal of our religion's path.
Yeah, let me, before I go back here, thank you. Let me mention one thing. At the end of this month, on my 30th, I will do the wedding ceremony for an American couple, someone monastery. And I done that several times already. And I have to adapt with the new environment, with the new culture. Plus, I have to use some you can say techniques, approaches from Christian. For example, you know, unity candle. In Buddhist tradition, we don't have that. So I have to do that adaptation too. And so that's what the Dharma want to say. Yeah. If we recognize our tradition is useful for us to apply, that way we can use it. So, and then vice versa. Christian and Catholic people can utilize Buddhist practice and meditation and so forth. So we are interdependent. So we learn each other. Yeah.
That's your question.
Yeah.
You know, it says, you know, you you know, there's two ways.
Uh-huh.
Can you pronounce that word?
Mahayana.
Not that one, but the other one.
The Rabada.
The Rabada.
Uh-huh.
Okay. There's those two schools of thought, but it states that they are combined as one. You know, you're not a true Buddhist if you take sides.
No much difference. No much difference. This is the difference because of culture, tradition, and local environment.
Okay.
That's a different. That's all. The main teaching is the same. Yes.
Can we come to that?
Yeah, please. If you are, Sunday, this month, March 30, we start to do the